Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Kriti Tiwari and we are doing a series of World Watercolor Month. Today we are doing a Northern Lights but on a different style. We have already done Northern Lights but that time we added pine trees to it. So if you want to check out the tutorial, please go ahead and check it out. So for today's Northern Lights, we are not doing pine trees but we are going to do a lake reflection. So our top mountain would be like a northern sky, followed by this particular lake section which will be reflecting those colors. Okay, and I'm super excited for this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this one. So northern lights, right, they range from color, so there's a lot of color variation that can be applied to paint a northern lights, like ranging from green auroras to pinkish to purplish, right? So they have a huge kind of flames. It's up to us to decide what we wanted to do, right? So last time when we created something on the aqua blue side, like a green aqua blue combination. So that's the typical northern light that you will like get to see around on lot of areas. So for this one I was thinking about maybe we'll go on a pink and purple tone, right? So rather than doing that same one, so maybe like something blue, pink and purple, and yeah, I think that would just look great. Okay, so yeah, let's get started and we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, so for this one, to get started with this, we're gonna just wet the paper, and this time we'll just wet the paper like entirely. Okay, yeah, even the lake. So let's wet like the entire section. So a lot of these like references, so I'm not following a typical reference for doing these tutorials for so many years. Whatever I've painted, right, and then any technique that I want to show you guys, the easiest way to show to you guys what that would be, right? So I'm just asking myself, what is the easiest way if I have to teach someone this, and then yeah, I'm following that. Okay, so now let's add the burwellis. Okay, so I'm gonna take my crimson. So either you can take rose or caramine, whatever you have, but make sure we are using a diluted version because the actual version could be like too high, right? It would be too heavily pigmented, which we are not aiming for. So we'll go with a lighter version here, like a washed down version of it, right? And then we need to decide the direction also. So how do I make it? Whatever direction I go will be following the same direction here as well, like on the reflection part as well. Okay, so let me see. So this is just too random in my mind, so I just went for it. Okay, now I'm gonna add some mauve to it, followed by that. Okay, and then I'm gonna add purple now. Okay, purple, and then I'm gonna just do a blue and a blue. Okay, yeah, those are the colors I'm thinking. And now once I have added the color, I will just tilt my paper like this. Okay, so I washed my brush and I'm just spread the bristles of my brush like this, and I'm gonna just pull it down, right? I want to pull the whole thing down. Sometime I'll go and touch the top color. Most of the time I will not go and touch that color, and I will only drop the color that I have. Now when I'm dropping, I'm also making sure that I land on this lake, right, with the same set of colors, okay? Yeah, and I'll just keep holding it like this for some time to really have that effect of what we are wanting, right? Okay, I'm really enjoying this. I think once you know the techniques as in how to do it, you start having fun instead of worrying about what it will happen, what is the outcome looks like, would be worth or not, right? So there are like a lot of questions keeps popping in our mind, but once you let go, I think it is all just very beautiful. Whatever you create in the end turns out beautiful. Okay, so this I think will end up becoming the most simple one, and then we are gonna add a silhouette mountain. Okay, the exact shape that was drawn here, so I'm using my paint spray for that. Okay, and just checking how wet it is, because when I put the color it's gonna behave like this. Okay, so what I'll do is let me just dry like a semi-dry it, and then we can put the colors. So we'll again start. Now the paper is dry, so we'll make the silhouette mountain, and then so let's say that the mountain is something like this. Okay, and yeah, so it just covers the lake part. Okay, like this. And would be like doing some of a dry brushing here, right? So not completely dry brushing, semi-dry brushing, like my brush still has a lot of water in it, but just trying to make the use of this textured paper. So I'm using Bohong rough watercolor paper, and for landscape I prefer rough paper because they gives a lot of texture that can be utilized as part of the painting process. Okay, so now I will actually take an actual color because I don't want to like keep dry brushing. Okay. Okay, and if you want you can just fill this area as well. Okay, so this is the night sky, and we'll just add some trees, and then we'll go ahead and add some stars. Okay, so we are adding trees also because it's just looking too bland to me. So we'll just make some trees on this side, maybe. Okay. Okay, so we have added those trees. Because we added like one color over here, the reflection is only one, so there's a bit of mauve and purple. So I was just thinking you will just go ahead and add that. Okay, and then we can just blend in. Okay, and I will be very careful when I'm blending in. I do not want to touch that black color. Okay, perfect. Now we can go ahead and add some stars to it, and yeah, that's it. If we like really want, we can also make a mountain which is like a distant and kind of shadows. Okay, okay, so that would be like a very distant mountain that we have created. Okay, and now I am going to cover this part, and then we'll just sprinkle some stars on the top. Okay, yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's it. Ta-da! So that's the nice sky. Okay, so our day 9 is done. We are good to remove the tapes. So this tape that I use is only because I want to create a clean border around my paper. If you do not want to use it, you can actually dip your paper in water from both sides and then just stick it on paper, and then you could continue working on it, right? So there are two multiple ways of using a paper and how you want to use, and totally depends upon what is your intention. So I use tape for two things, right? So one is that it creates a nice art like border around my artwork, and the second thing is if I want to paint at the back side, I don't mind, because then the paper is very clean on the back side. See, I can still use it, right? So if I'm using this, it is not a commissioned painting, I'm only using this to create content for social media, then yeah, why to waste paper? I would actually want and then use this. Yeah, so that's what I do, that's my preference, and that is why I put tape. If you don't prefer using masking tape, maybe you can just wet the paper from both sides and start using it, and yeah, that will also look very pretty. So thank you everyone for joining me on day 9th, I guess, and I'll see you in the next class.